especially even when Myrna makes him get up at 5:30 and do like meditation stuff. So, what they are going to do now...
Face, Elie.
You like it. You do. They are now going to do a kind of vow exchange in recognition of their long, gorgeous commitment to each other. So if you don't mind just helping them by sending forth all the love that you have in your hearts for them to carry them into the next 50 years together. And you have to decide who's going to go first.
Okay. Nope.
Very too long.
Did you get that on film?
Dearest Myrna, my dearest Myrna, you are my beloved, my hero, my best friend, the highlight of my everyday. After 50 years of marriage, our voyage continues with love, family, grandchildren, and wonderful friends. It began at George Wingate High School in Brooklyn, New York. We were both in the junior band. It was 1957, 56 years ago. You were 15, I was 17. I played the trombone, you played the piano and glockenspiel. You also handed out the band folders. That first time you handed me my folder, I looked at you, saw your eyes, and it happened. Myrna, loving energy connected with my soul. To this day, I still resonate with that moment. I do. We were inseparable throughout high school. We talked on the phone a lot, got much closer by dancing to Sam Cooke's You Send Me, and rock and roll to Bill Haley and the Comets singing Rock Around the Clock. We held hands all the time, and you taught me a beginner's course called Kissing 1.1. You were a fantastic teacher. We both attended Brooklyn College. $56 a year was the general fee. A great education paid for by the city of New York. We were soulmates throughout our college years. I proposed to you in 1962 near the college's lily pond. Thank goodness you said yes. We were married on April 4, 1963. I was 22 and you were 20. 6 years later, we started our family. I will always cherish being with you in the delivery room when Eric and Jamie were born. As they grew, we shared precious moments cradling them in our arms, experiencing their every developmental step, feeding them only the finest locally farmed, organic, high-protein foods based on your food wisdom, of course. Reading them book after book before they went to sleep and praising their every accomplishment. There were many. Eric and Jamie, you are very fortunate to have such a special mom. By your wisdom and vision, you planted the seeds of Judaism that grew within our home. Your love of Judaism has been a beacon to me and our children. You've been central to our learning and appreciation of our Jewish heritage. You inspired us all by obtaining a graduate degree from the Jewish Theological Seminary, traveling into New York City for 2 years to accomplish that marvelous achievement. Thank you so much for being my guide and teacher as I evolved from the Alden of my birth to the Eliyahu Elie of today. You are my partner as we continue to explore Jewish teachings together and reach deeper into the center of our Jewish souls. Throughout our lives, I've learned so much from you. You never BS. You don't know how. You lead by example, not by preaching. Always compassionate, unselfish, committed to finishing everything you undertake. No pretense, no look at me, aren't I great, but a humble, down-to-earth way of living that has nourished all of us with your Myrna loving concern and kindness. You are a wonderful person. I stand here tonight before friends and family, so grateful and blessed by your love. I feel like the most fortunate man in the world.
We didn't know what each other wrote. You're going to hear some similarities. Dearest Elie, we met in junior band at George W. Wingate High School in Brooklyn when I was a 15-year-old sophomore and you a 17-year-old junior. I fell in love with you first time I looked into their eyes. As much as your blue eyes attracted me, your smile had even more appeal. And to this day, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Your eyes, your smile, yeah, but it was really your sense of humor that hooked me. And still, I get a kick out of you. So, when I had 2 tickets to the Tilden Sing from my friend Suzanne, I took the initiative and asked you out for our first date. It was unheard of. As a young woman who grew up in an era of romantic lyrics and even more romantic movies, I truly believed the Gershwin prediction. Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. I wondered how I'd know he came along. But as we got to know each other better in the 6+ years we dated before April 4th, 1963, I've got a crush on you, truly morphed into because of you, there's a song in my heart. And then I knew Gershwin was right. We grew to trust each other, sharing personal insights into our late adolescent selves, and with more depth every decade thereafter. After 50 years, Elie, I now admit before witnesses, it isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. Our Thursday night wedding gave me a scare. True. According to Jewish tradition, the groom shatters a wine glass at the end of the ceremony, reminding us of the destroyed temple, even at moments of great joy. But the rabbi called you back for a do-over because the glass didn't break. I ran over to my dear friend, whose name was Ellen, and I whispered to her, oh my God, what have I done? I thought this was a foreshadowing of a bleak future. Fortunately, my fears were unfounded. Thanks to your love and support, I have grown into myself. Despite my mediocre singing voice, you accept my periodic spontaneous outbursts of song. You've given me space and nurtured me. Your generous spirit is always accompanied by loving words and caresses. You were given the name Alden and called yourself Al on the handball and tennis courts of Brooklyn. But when you decided to declare yourself Elie as an expression of your Jewish soul, our journey as a couple pursuing Jewish learning was launched. Your leadership is highly respected by your professional and volunteer colleagues who admire your cogent thinking and administrative expertise. And to my adoring eyes, you are and continue to be absolutely superlative as father and grandfather. I have been truly blessed to be your partner. Would you sing this last line with me? You make me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my